I just found it really surprising that Jaire Alexander is even on the top 10 list, and to be all the way up at number 4, that's pretty surprising. I mean, okay, Cory, we'll step away from the Madden part. Jaire Alexander, what's your evaluation of him so far? What do you think?
Um, he definitely has the swagger about him. Like when you watch the draft of when he got drafted, and he came out in like that maroon velour suit that he had. Like you definitely knew that he had some swagger, and I think he's lived up to it. He's definitely head and shoulders above Kevin King in everything. So that's already a plus.
Hold on. He's not head and shoulders above him in height or arm length, because we hear about those good qualities of Kevin King all the time. Actually, K squared is number 11 on this list.
He is? What's his rating?
It's a top 10 list. I don't know what he is. I'm making that up.
Oh, okay.
Plus, no one calls him K squared. I just threw that in there too to see if you guys would.
That would be crazy if that was the case.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to throw you off, Cory. Go ahead.
No, but I think he's doing good. I think he will benefit from a pass rush if Packers generate more of a pass rush, or a consistent pass rush. So yeah, I think he'll definitely be a top cornerback. I think he has all the makings.
Okay, I'll say this about him. Like Ben and I have talked about him a lot. We talked about it a lot during the season, and he's still got definitely some inconsistencies with his game. I do like the fact that he is confident. However, I said this during the season. He thinks he's a lot better than he actually is, which also means when his contract is up, when his rookie contract is up, he's going to demand top dollar. And I don't think he's worth top dollar. Maybe he can prove me wrong and change it, get that much better in the next couple of years. I'm not sure, but he's pretty good coverage guy. He's inconsistent tackler. Like sometimes he's a great tackler, and then sometimes like go back and watch the NFC Championship game. I mean, he was like nowhere to be found a lot of times, or he was getting blocked, like allowing himself, Clinton Dix style, just allow the guy to block you for a while so you don't have to tackle the running back. That stuff, inconsistency there is disappointing. And I know a lot of corners don't want to tackle, but there are plenty of them that do want to tackle. And that to me, the coverage part, yes, but the tackling also has to be there. You got to be a willing tackler. Got to at least get guys on the ground. You don't have to be a big hitter, but you got to get guys on the ground one way or another. And even though he made one of the best tackles, best plays of all time that we've ever seen against the Vikings, and Ben and I have commented on it, and I'll never stop commenting on it because it was so great, where he actually tackled a Viking with another Viking. It was fantastic.
Awesome.
One of the best plays ever by any Packers defensive back in the history of all time, of more than 100 seasons of Packers. Herb Adderley would have been proud. Everybody's proud. He still has times where he's not tackling that great, and he's not as fast as you'd like him to be. So when he gets beat, it's a little sketchy there. So, and I don't think the other thing is I don't think he's that great at press man. I think he's okay. I don't think he's great. So for that, all those things put together, I think he's good, but I certainly don't think he's in the tops in the league. That's my evaluation of Jaire.
Okay, now I'm going to rip your evaluation apart with my geniusness.
Okay, let's hear it.
All you have to do is look at 3 plays from the game against Seattle in the playoffs. One of the plays, he got beat off the line of scrimmage. Russell Wilson caught it, threw up a wounded duck deep, and Jaire, instead of letting the guy catch it and tackling him, and run or letting the guy catch it and running for a touchdown, because maybe he got beat, he tripped the guy up and got pass interference. Now, you might say, well, that's pass interference. That's terrible when a corner gets pass interference. It gives him a first down, blah, blah, blah. No, it was a genius move because it saved a possible touchdown because he was dead beat, and he knew he was. And that's why as soon as he saw Russell throw that ball, he tripped the guy up and got pass interference. Genius move. Next play, 2-point conversion. Seahawks going for 2. Packers cannot afford them to get that 2-point conversion. And Mike Pettin dials up a Jaire corner blitz. And Jaire sells that he's covering the guy, then goes nuts right at Russell Wilson, sacks him, no 2-point conversion, saves that. So the Packers have a good lead. So that Seahawks have, they can't get a field goal later to try to tie it. They'd have to go for a touchdown or whatever it was. I can't remember. I think it was like 25-18 or something, whatever it was. I think it was like a 5-point lead. Then, most important play of the game. Russell Wilson on 3rd down. Everybody talks about how he got sacked by Preston Smith. And everybody says, Preston Smith? Oh, he was the tight end was supposed to block him and he didn't. Then he beat the block and he got in and sacked Russell Wilson. You know why Preston Smith was able to get sacked or sack Russell Wilson? Because Russell Wilson was looking at the guy that Jaire was covering. Jaire jammed him off the line of scrimmage and slowed his butt down just enough for Preston to get there and make that sack. Go back and watch that play. Those are 3 huge plays, saving a touchdown, saving 2-point conversion, and on 3rd down when we need to stop them, jams the receiver, screws up the play so that Preston Smith can get in there and make the sack. Maybe he's not the fastest guy. Maybe he's not the smartest guy. Maybe he's sometimes takes bad angles. Maybe he doesn't tackle the greatest once in a while. But he is super confident, like you say. And when a guy is super confident, he plays aggressive more often than not. And when you play aggressive, you got the upper hand. Because I will say this till the day I die. You play defense passive, that means you're done. Just go look at Darnell Savage for the whole second half of the year last year, and especially in the San Francisco NFC Championship game. He played passive. He just sat there and was like, what am I going to do? I got to look out for George Kittle. I got to watch George Kittle. And he didn't do anything the whole game. And it wasn't because he was getting blocked. It was because he was just waiting for something to happen. Where Jaire made stuff happen. He got in guys' face. He got sent down the corner blitz and got the sack. Stop a 2-point conversion. When he got beat, he was smart enough to freaking mess the guy up, get pass interference, so it didn't turn into a touchdown. Those are plays I will take any day of the week. And they needed every one of those plays to win that game against Seattle because Russell Wilson was coming back doing all kinds of crazy stuff. And if it wasn't for Jaire, Packers would have lost that game. So I'll take him. The other thing I'm going to say is this. He might actually be the 4th best corner. Because let's face it, it's tough to play corner right now. This isn't like when Craig Newsome could play corner and he could beat the crap out of guys off the line of scrimmage and do whatever he wanted. Remember Craig Newsome? Craig Newsome could not be a corner today. No way. Doug Evans still could because he's the man. But Craig Newsome, no way. But Craig Newsome was good back then when they needed him because they had Doug, who was the cover guy, and Craig Newsome was the beat the smack out of you guy. And those guys worked good together on the championship team 1996-97. Those guys were good. But nowadays, you can't jam guys hardly enough. They call crap on you. You touch them a little bit, you get a call on you. Everybody wants offense. Offense. Can't hit a guy late. You got to always, just like the game, all these different things. So all I'm saying is maybe being a corner is super duper hard. And Jaire maybe is better than we all realize he is.